Hey everybody, we are gonna make fresh blueberry pie. This is my mom's favorite. So we have some fresh blueberries here, freshly washed in cool water. And we're going to get, that was 3, 4, 5 heaping cups of blueberries. And we are going to zest this lemon. I'm using my microplaner to zest it. So you're going to zest 1 lemon and then use the juice from the lemon. We're actually going to, after this, let it sit for just a little bit while we make the crust. So this will kind of be maybe a little bit longer video, but totally worth it in the end. So there's that, and then a knife to cut the lemon in half. You want to use a strainer because you don't want any of those lemon seeds in your pie. That would just be terrible. Okay. I'm going to toss that a little bit. I just found, if you find these kind, I don't like them in my pie. So as you're tossing, kind of keep a look out for berries that didn't quite get ripe enough. So I'm going to set that aside. And we're going to get going on our pie crust. So for our pie crust, I'm running low on bowls today, so we're going to do it in this one. So I'm going to do 2, I need another cup measure. I am not prepared, Lauren Ann. Okay, now we've got one. I'm going to do 2 1/3 cups of flour. Just regular white all-purpose flour. And then I'm going to do a 1/3 cup cake flour. Just helps with the texture a little bit. Okay. To this, we're going to do a tablespoon of sugar. A stick of butter, which, oh, there we go. And 1/2 cup of Crisco. So 1/2 cup or 1 stick of butter and then 1/2 cup of Crisco. I like mixing up the 2 types of shortening or fat, or what else do you call it, Kenan?
Flakyizers.
Flakyizers. I find the mixture of the 2 gets the best of both the worlds. There. What do you think, Kenan?
I'd say yeah, because I've never tried a pie recipe except yours. That wasn't graham cracker crust, so.
Okay. I think this is a cup. Indeed it is. So, just gonna cut that up. Okay. The only thing I'm missing is a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm actually not gonna measure it. But if you're at home and you're nervous about that, measure it, half a teaspoon. Okay, I'm gonna mix this up by hand until my fat is, right at mini pea size, and we'll be back before I add the water. Okay, so timing is kind of, a thing, right, when we're cooking and baking. So I have my pie crust crumpled up. But I'm actually, before I add the water, I'm going to set it aside and go back to the blueberries. that have been sitting in the lemon juice and lemon zest. In a separate bowl, I'm going to combine 1 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons flour. This is going to be our thickener, and 2 tablespoons cornstarch. Okay, I'm going to stir this up. And now I'm going to pour this over the blueberries. This will give it some time while I'm finishing up the crust to get the juices flowing a little more with the sugar, and the thickeners to get distributed among the blueberries. Okay, so we'll set that aside again. Back to our crust after a quick cleanup. Okay, more cleanup. Here we go. Okay. All right. So crust. All we are missing is 1/2 cup of cold water. You want it to be cold so your dough forms a nice ball. And I like to use a scraper to initially get this water in here. Okay, and then it's just time to get your hands in there and mix it up. So dough is a pastry, so you want to try not to overwork it. It is not like bread where you're gonna, you know, you can knead it to death.
Actually, you can overwork bread.
Okay, I've never overworked bread.
Yeah, it's hard to do, but
There's a timer. Okay, we're gonna have to cut away because we have a timer going off. Okay, so sorry, we had a timer, so we had to break off. I'm just finishing incorporating the water to make this a nice dough. This is enough for 2 pieces, so I'm gonna cut it in half. This is going for a sweet pie, so I prefer to roll my pies that are going to be sweet as opposed to like a quiche that's more of a savory. I like to roll it in powdered sugar. This trick works good for sugar cookies too, if you make sugar cookies. To roll in in sugar instead of flour, just adds a little sweetness. So I'm going to continue to get this ready and put it in my pie pan with baker's spray. We'll put the blueberries on and we'll come back right before we put it in a 400 oven. Okay, so I made my pie into a lattice. I just cut strips. I don't make them exactly equal, you know, none of that stuff. What I like to do on my blueberry pie is just top it with a bit of brown sugar. Oh, you know what I forgot to get out? My pie guard.
Where is it?
I think it's in the store over here. Okay, so this is ready to go in. I was wrong. You put it in a 425 oven for 10 minutes, and then you turn your oven down to 350 for 45. You do want to put a pie guard on here. If you don't have a pie guard, just do strips of aluminum foil. Always spray your pie guard or your aluminum foil, whichever you use. So we will put this in the oven at 425 for 10 minutes, then lower it to 350 for 45. And we will see you on the other side of the 55 minutes. Okay, timer just went off. So remember, we put the pie in at 425 for 10 minutes. Then we lowered the temp to 350 for 45. And I'm going to take this out. And it looks Fantastic. So we're going to let it sit for a little bit before we dive in with a scoop of vanilla ice cream. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, give us a subscription, and share us with your friends. We would love to teach others to enjoy cooking.